Don't tell me, people, that you're just considering asking them for a tiny bit of their attention. Don't tell me you're about to lower yourself again in the hopes of getting it, that maybe they'll finally see how valuable you are this time, and even worse, that you might have already given so much that there's almost nothing left. There is nothing left of you. Take a moment to look at yourself. Do you not see how valuable you are? Why do you waste your time and energy on things that don't matter? Why would you give your heart to someone who doesn't care? They were so dear to you that you made them the center of your world. You would sacrifice pride, power, and self-respect to get their attention. To be honest, you did this, not them. You demonstrated your value to them, and now you're sitting here feeling empty and used. What have they given you? Do they treat you like you're important and valuable? No, they treat you like a beggar. Someone who waits for you and hopes they don't think you're worth it. Accepting the fact that they see you as a puppet they can control is important. The person there doesn't value you because you told them not to. They used to not care about you, but now they do. This needs to stop. Right now, you need to get your power back and stop putting yourself down. Don't beg for food from someone out of your league because they don't care. Because you didn't ask, they won't respect you. That changes today. Today, we will reverse the situation and allow them to view your work. I don't need to say it, but I'm done chasing and asking from now on. They'll miss you and feel terrible about taking you away. Of course, this isn't about games or revenge, it's just a reminder. Ensure they understand that you are not a replacement or a backup plan for them. So here's my challenge. Find someone you want, remember, and respect. If you really want to stop being a beggar, stop being a dummy. Take back your worth, and then say with me, I'm worth more. Don't just say that. Say, I believe it, I own it, I live it, in the comments, and then sign it. As soon as you regain your power, they will begin to perceive you as someone special. So let's get started today. We're going to look at the kind of darkness that gets to the heart of the crazy tricks that make them see how valuable you are. Without you having to do anything, sometimes when nothing else works, they've ignored your hard work, taken you for granted, and forgotten how valuable you were. Try something new that explores the essence of what it means to be human. If you want them to notice, you can't simply hope or wait for them to do so. Be aware that this involves employing cunning strategies that leave them with no other option. We want to see you for who you truly are. These aren't just random suggestions or positive vibes. Suggestions. These are strategies designed to alter the perception of you. So impress them that they'll always think of you. You'll no longer be the one trying to get their attention by doing anything or giving up your self-respect. They'll be the ones wondering over and over again and feeling the pull. You can use each of these 11 dark psychology tricks right now. Make them yearn for your attention and feel the pain of loss like never before. But here's the key, you need to use all of them again and again. Anyone who skips even one will start over from the beginning as a given that each strategy builds on the last, making the effect stronger until they're stronger. You have me completely hooked, and I want more of you without even realizing it. This is the most effective method to influence someone, as it empowers you to take control. Click here if you want to stand out without having to beg, chase, or wait. Make them feel the power of your presence. Now, let's look at these 11 very dark psychological ideas. Tricks, folks. You might be thinking these dark psychology tricks seem dangerous, or even manipulative. You're only playing games to get them to notice you, but let's get that straight. Not tricking or hurting anyone. Knowing and using how people naturally interact. This fire can burn, but in the right hands, it can also give them warmth, light, and energy. These methods are tools they can use to making genuine, enduring connections requires integrity. For example, picture a beautiful, rare flower in the field. It doesn't chase anyone, but it attracts everyone who comes near it. The fact that passers-by stop to admire it makes it strong. Your own nature is evident in the vibe it emits, and you're learning how to cultivate that. The same power inside you that makes others notice without you having to do anything is present. Marcus Aurelius once stated that the foundation of your life's happiness is, your thoughts are excellent, the goal is to improve. You've worked on your own self-worth and limits, making you a person they can't ignore. These methods don't mean you're trying to trick them. You know their interests. Rather than pushing or demonstrating your worth, drawing others to you helps them see how valuable you are. You're not influencing people if you show restraint, depth, and confidence. You're showing a side of yourself that is deeply appealing and attractive. And the right way to use these tools won't hurt anyone. They will help them. Make real desire happen, not based on chasing, but on genuine connection. Finally, keep this in mind. He who has mastered himself is still stronger. Here are the tools you need to master yourself and make a difference in the world. Those around you already know what you have, so it's not about trickery. Learn all 11 of these tricks as they build upon each other to create an effective strategy. Unstoppable momentum. Each one builds on the last, building a base that makes you truly unforgettable. You can't pick and choose. The real power is in the whole set of things that work together to naturally bring people to you. And easy. And now it's time to talk about our 11 dark psychology tricks. Start enhancing the appeal of your appearance. If you haven't already, go ahead and make that change. Click the like button below this video. Not only will it help spread the word to those in need, but it will also set you apart. Sign up to be a part of a group that supports growth and self-mastery. The best thing you can do is help others take charge of their lives, so let's start now. Here is the first dark psychology trick, the quiet approach. The silent retreat is the best way to make someone think about you all the time. This is a strong move, but let's be clear. This isn't a game. It's about regaining your power after giving it up for too long. You are at their mercy, waiting for a message and hoping to see a sign of attention. How do you do that? You allowed them to treat you that way, as if they didn't care about you. If they decide to care about you, they will. You are not a backup or their tool. People start to understand what it's like to step back and not be a part of someone else's life, even if it's just for a short time. For a short time, it makes a wave, like when music plays in the background all day, and you don't even notice it when it stops. It's strangely quiet, almost too quiet, and that's exactly how your absence will feel. When you stop reaching out, it feels like you're not there for them. At first, they may not understand, but they'll notice a change. They'll notice the loss, and it will bother them every time they check their phone. If they check their phone and don't see any messages from you, it will pique their curiosity. This seed will grow into questions, wants, and thoughts. Lots of people think that other people should always be approachable. This is an idea that you should answer right away, be there when they call, and be easy to reach. But I think being more accessible makes you less important. They believe you will always be present, but your silent departure alters that perception structure at all. You're showing them something they didn't expect. When you step back, that makes them stop and pay attention. It will make them wonder why you've been quiet and what's changed. And most importantly, what they might have done wrong makes them feel like it's because makes them think about you even more. There is a reason why the saying absence makes the heart grow holds true. It's natural to miss things we can't have, and people value things that feel rare. When you step back, you become that rare and interesting presence that makes things unclear. They remember the things they forgot to do when you were always there. Perhaps it's due to your attentive listening skills or how you helped them, or maybe it's just the knowledge that someone cared enough to be there. They begin to feel the impact of your absence regardless of the circumstances. This is exactly what you want, as you now have more than one choice. This method works well because it makes them think of someone they miss. People are primed to notice what's missing and feel the pain of it because of the way the mind works. Something they used to take for granted is no longer relevant. If you give too much, you become background noise. When you enter a state of quiet withdrawal, you suddenly find yourself absent. Nothing stands out like a loud silence, and they won't ignore it. Start reviewing previous conversations to see if they missed anything and search for indicators that things were about to worsen. This makes them think about you over and over again, not because you're there, but because the fact that you're not there is leaving a mental void. They want to fill that void, but here's the thing. Silent departure isn't the solution. It's not about ghosting someone forever. It's about giving them space, giving them time to grieve and then coming back when they're ready to see you. Think of it like a pendulum. The farther you pull back, the farther away they feel. When you return, they are prepared to love you even more than they did before. Before, it was as simple as readjusting the balance. Now they have to work a little harder. In an effort to regain your attention, they will reconsider their decision to ignore you. They understand how it feels to miss you now, and this isn't the end. This isn't about trickery. It's about love and respect for yourself. By pulling away, you're not just an extra in their life, something they're not interested in. They have the option to either appreciate your presence or adjust to it. Marcus Aurelius said that happiness is the good thing in life. The quality of your thoughts can be improved by reevaluating your decision to place your thoughts about your own worth outweigh their praise. You're not ignoring them. When you play games, you get to choose who gets your time and attention again. This is meant to show them your value, not hurt them. Bring something they're starting to miss. Let me paint you a picture. You're always there, like a shadow, encouraging and caring for them. Because they're accustomed to seeing that shape, they don't notice when it disappears one day. Things they used to take for granted feel empty, and they start to understand how important you are by feeling your presence. They may call to check on you since you're away. Don't worry, you've managed to evoke emotions in me without uttering a single word. Now they want your attention because you took it back without asking. If you remember what I said, what I want you to do is promise yourself right now that you will write. It says in the notes, I know my worth. Say it. Believe it. Because once you are aware of your worth, and others will also understand it. Stop waiting and giving in hope. If you do everything without seeing a return, you're giving up your power. Someone they can't help but think about. Stay with me, as this is just the beginning. We'll delve deeper and explore more techniques in the next part. 2. Something that will make them think of you long after you've left. Planting doubt seeds is one of the best ways to stay in someone's mind. By sowing the seed of doubt, they are subtly hinting to you that they don't have everything figured out. They might not be the only person in your life. This isn't about fabricating falsehoods or embellishments. It's about ensuring they understand that. When you plant a seed, people will notice and become interested in you. Making them doubt yourself and wonder if someone else could get your attention helps to keep you in their minds. People naturally want to feel safe and in charge, especially in relationships when they think you will always give them your time, care, or love. This is just how people are. They start to take you for granted. But when you add by hinting that your attention is crucial, you can create a sense of mystery. Exclusive to them, you upset their comfort zone and all of a sudden I doubt that I'm the only one they're thinking about. I feel like I need to take the lead to keep them interested. It's a gentle way to get them excited and make them feel insecure. This tactic is excellent because it doesn't require any big moves or words. You don't always have to do something fancy or sneaky to make them jealous. Sometimes all you have to do is bring it up. Whether you're making plans with friends or casually commenting on someone's compliment, being subtle is key. You're not trying to grab attention. Let people know that you're a valuable person that they might want to. If they're not paying attention, follow them. Imagine this. You're in the middle of a conversation with them. In a fun conversation, you mention meeting someone interesting while out with friends. Whoever said positive things about you shouldn't make it sound like a big deal. It's okay to simply drop it in. Their mind will handle the rest. Who was that person? Did you enjoy being with them? Do they need to worry about you moving your attention? Even when they're not with you, the doubt makes them think of you. The power of this method lies in keeping them engaged even after the conversation ends. Doubt is like a tiny itch in their mind. It's not so much that they'd be jealous, but just enough to make them question their place in your life. In this way, you stay in their minds and make them feel like they need to work hard to be around you. After that, they ask themselves, what can I do to keep them engaged? Once they realize they can no longer ignore you, they will intensify their efforts to maintain your attention. It will happen, but keep in mind that this isn't meant to make them feel bad about not trying. If your jealousy makes them feel unsafe, it's simply a way of letting them know that you have other options in life. Own set of beliefs that don't depend on their approval. You're subtly telling them. Often all it takes is letting them know that others might find you beautiful. Rekindle their interest to remain in their minds and enhance their perception of you. Someone you should put your money into. Marcus Aurelius asserted that the soul takes on a hue. Plant a question in their minds. You're giving them something to think about. I want you to think of something that will pique their curiosity about you. When you give someone your attention, you're telling them that they don't deserve it. They have to work for it. Showing them that you have self-respect and aren't just there for the taking will make them perceive you as more valuable. As you proceed, keep in mind the significance of this strategy and demonstrate it to them. That people notice you and that you're not just hanging out waiting for them to notice you. This isn't a game. It's about making them want to value what you bring to the table. The best part is that they'll feel it without knowing it. That need to be close to you because they know deep down that if they won't, because someone will start and let you watch. Putting in more work to keep you interested and show that they're worth your time. Over time, this small seed of doubt will grow, turning you into a constant thought, one that they can't ignore. Here's the statement I want to use. You should write in the comments, I am worth the chase. Say it, believe it, and tell yourself that. When you want to overgive, tell yourself, I'm not here to be taken. You're someone that other people care about and value, and that's since you know your worth. Writing down your life truth is crucial. Changes how people see you, but bear with me. This is only the beginning. We're going to use even stronger methods to make an impression that will last. Get ready for the next move should be one that intensifies their love for you in a way they can't resist. When it comes to making an impression that lasts, closeness is key. One of the most powerful psychological tricks is making someone feel close when they aren't. Not lying or tricking, choosing which tricks to use. If you want them to feel like they really know you, even if they've only seen a little of you, be open. Giving just the right amount of personal information makes the conversation feel personal and unique. When you use this, it feels like you can see parts of yourself that no one else can. Plan that you're not telling them too much or everything about your life. Instead, you're selecting profound and significant topics to discuss. Feel special and unique. Maybe it's a story from your youth that made you who you are now, or an event that shows your inner values. These small, thoughtful, what you share makes them feel like they're connecting with you on a deeper level, even if it's just the imagine sitting with them and telling a story about something that happened to you. That made you think differently about life. You don't need to get too upset. However, you share it in a way that feels genuine and significant. This makes a connection because it makes them feel like they're getting a unique look at your private life. False closeness makes them think they know you well when they don't. Protecting the real you and people who are mysterious naturally gravitate toward those with whom they resonate. As you fake a connection with them, they'll begin to trust and feel safe around you. They'll believe. They keep revisiting those moments in their minds and perceive you as someone who understands them. These people might even start to feel like they're important to you on a deeper level, which makes them want to keep you in their life even more. And here's the you are ensuring that certain aspects of yourself remain when you suppress them. They'll be interested and think there's more to learn about you. As you reveal this secret, it piques their interest and leaves them wondering. It maintains your presence in their thoughts, prompting them to seek out more of you. Enjoy a few more moments of that special connection they believe they have with you. Write down, I am unforgettable as a promise to yourself. Right now, it's not about relinquishing your power. It's about, you don't need to tell people everything to be attractive if you already know that they are. Making them feel close to you gives them a taste of who you are without you having to say a word. Don't show too much. Stay with me. We're about to go deeper. We're diving into plans that make the pull even stronger. One that makes you... It's not easy to forget. You won't want to miss the next push. The push and pull of making someone think of you constantly. A classic and powerful move is the pull method. This isn't a game, it's real life. How can you create a natural ebb and flow in your conversations while maintaining interest? And hard to predict. When you comprehend the forces at play, you demonstrate to them your resilience. This back and forth shows that you're not always approachable, and that they can't always count on your attention. Dynamic piques their interest and leaves them wondering about their relationship status, wanting your attention. This is how it works. This is how it works. When you are warm, present, and give them your undivided attention, they feel challenged, seen as valued and linked, but just when they get feeling at ease, you step back and stop making the first move for a while. This is the pull it gives them, to be a little farther away or take longer to reply. What went wrong? Did they make a mistake? Or are they losing your trust? All of a sudden, they're the ones reaching out to you, wanting to pull you back in. They believed they had established a connection with you. The push and pull works because this plays on people's natural need for approval and consistency. What's just out of reach? And once you put some space between you, they'll work harder to get close to you again. It's like a dance where you bring them closer and then step back. When they're uncertain about what to expect, there's a magnetic energy that makes them think about you more, where they stand. But keep in mind that this method isn't meant to be deceptive. Maintaining equilibrium is crucial. Excessive openness can lead to vulnerability. Their push and pull reminds them that your time and attention are valuable, and that they must work for them. Take a deep breath and say this statement out loud. I am worth it. You don't have to chase anyone, just say it, believe it, and own it. You should pursue someone who wants to be with you, not the other person. Around stay with me for the next plan, which goes even further into making that makes them want to be with you and stays with them. Number 5. Mixed signals. Although our brains naturally seek security and clarity, I'm also very interested in doubt, which occurs when someone can't quite figure you out. They can't stop thinking about what you're thinking, why you're acting a certain way, and where they stand with you. When you send mixed signals by conveying different messages, you retain them. They are making guesses, which instills in them a sense of wonder and unpredictability. Mixed signs that make you constantly think about someone else's work because they make of emotional highs and lows. One day you're warm, attentive, and fully present. They start to feel at ease when they are involved, and they feel valued and special. As soon as they start to feel like they're important to you, feeling that you change things up and maybe become a little more shy or detached. Even the slightest distraction causes them to wonder, did I do something wrong? People are losing interest, and this shift keeps them on edge, and they start to overanalyze every encounter with you to figure out what you're saying. Going back and forth like this feeds their need for approval they feel appreciated when you're fully present. When you're not, they feel driven to seek. To regain your warmth, you need approval once again. This makes a cycle of addiction. The combination of withdrawal and interest keeps you at the forefront of their minds. Feelings are akin to riding a roller coaster, exhilarating, slightly frightening, and completely unpredictable. Never forget, but keep in mind that you're not doing this to play games or hurt them. Sending mixed signals isn't about manipulating someone's emotions. It's about demonstrating. They must understand that you are a complex individual, not someone they can predict or control. Once they realize they can't hold you, they will put more effort into getting to know you as they desire your approval. And to make it even stronger, here's an affirmation. I am and have faith. Express it clearly, and remind yourself that your purpose is not to be an enigma. Your purpose is to elude someone's comprehension and maintain their curiosity. Stay tuned, because we're about to talk about a strategy that makes their wanting you more, makes you the person they can't stop thinking about. Number 6. The mirage of need. The mirage of need is one of the ways you can use secret but strong psychological tricks to keep someone interested. By thinking about them, this trick makes them seem important, even if you need them. Letting someone into your life without giving them full control is like letting them see you. Giving them a sense of connection and letting them know they're important without making them feel these people are your only lifeline. Here's how it works. Let them see times when you appear feeble or in need of assistance. It could be a casual statement, whether it's a difficult situation in your life or a casual remark about feeling stressed or uncertain. You're not sharing your feelings. Allowing them to see your soft side shows you trust them. Being open makes you feel connected and like they're seeing more than just you. Not many people can do that. People naturally gravitate towards those they perceive as capable of providing assistance or support, which makes them incredibly appealing. The key is to not make them feel like you only support or need them. You want them to feel like they can rely on you. It's important to understand that they need you, but not to the point where they start taking you for granted. Despite showing weakness, you can pull away enough to show them you're not completely dependent on them. Despite their influence, you remain strong, independent, and capable without them. It keeps them guessing as they try to be your special someone. Of need strikes a lovely balance. They feel worthwhile and important to you, but they never know if they're as important to you as they think they are. It piques people's interest and prompts them to reflect on their relationship with you. Here's an affirmation to help you. Remember that I'm strong on my own. Write it down in the notes to help you remember. Though they may be interested in your weakness, your power keeps them interested. What follows will intensify their interest in you, making you the person they can't resist. In their minds, number 7, make a romance. One of the best ways to keep someone thinking about you is to make them feel a little bit of competition. When someone thinks they're in a race to get your attention, it makes them angry. Make them more competitive, which makes them pay attention to you even. The key is to make people feel like they are competing without actually doing so. Other people in a way that seems forced because you want them to feel that way. They're not the only ones who could have your attention without saying anything. It works like this. Bring up a past relationship or close friendship in a way that shows how much other people have valued you. Name someone who really appreciated a unique quality or talent about you. The unforgettable part of your identity that you're not remembering brags, tells an ex or other person that others value you. Having been valued in the past gives others the impression that if you don't take initiative, someone else might recognize your value as well. You could say, "A friend once told me they admired how driven I was." It makes me pleased when people like that quiet but strong side of me. When you demonstrate that others are noticing your unique traits, people will question whether they're doing enough to maintain them. Notice. This minor competition keeps them alert and focused. People are inherently inclined to prioritize the desires of others, leading them to invest more in the connection. By creating a friendly competition, you give them a reason to have or respect you. They care even more about you because they don't want to lose you. Here's an affirmation to help you stay in that mindset. I am worth the game. Write down the fight in the comments and own it, which means to remind yourself that other people have cared about you and believe you deserve to be followed. Stay tuned because the next method goes even deeper to keep them interested by making them feel connected in a way they won't want to let go. Limited access. The idea behind this is simple but strong. People respect things that aren't always there when you make them. Limiting your availability will increase their value of your time. If you're always available, they'll become accustomed to having you around. But if you limit your time and care, you make them feel like they begin to see you every day, which intensifies their desire for you. People see contact as a rare chance and not something they can just expect. You control when, where, and how much you're available. For them, this means being there, not avoiding them or jokes. Selective. Don't always answer the phone or pick it up on the first ring. Don't answer their texts right away. Be busy and show them you have a life. Your loved ones should work harder to get your attention. The person you're talking to asks if you're free to hang out. Rather than seizing the opportunity, you casually mention that you're preoccupied with plans, but they might have time later in the week. This small act shows that instead of sacrificing everything for them, you're organizing your life. You're no longer just another person on their list of responsibilities. Your respect is shown to someone who has limits and a full life that they have to fit into their plan. And interest. They'll start to wonder what you're doing and who you're with. The fact that you're not always free is an intriguing part of your life. This keeps them interested and makes them think of you even when you're not there. Here's a statement to help you maintain this mindset. I am worth the wait. Write it down in the comment. By restricting comment visibility, you can remind yourself that you don't have to be open to be valued. Giving them your time and attention shows that every moment is precious. Continue reading as we discuss a method in the next section. It makes them even more interested in you by keeping you in their mind all the time. I have 9 thoughts. The 9th is a delayed reaction. The delayed response technique this is a great way to keep someone on their toes and make them think about you all the time in this age of instant gratification. Replies. Not answering right away makes a point. If you wait to answer, you make them wait and feel something that makes them wonder what's taking so long. You haven't responded, and just because you're busy doesn't mean you should ignore them. It's just about setting aside a little extra time to respond to their texts, even if they've been unavailable for days. You let it sit for a while. If they ask a question, wait a moment before answering. They don't have your time, nor are you at their mercy. This simple pause makes a strong point. Can take for granted. Imagine if they send you a message and you don't respond. As you wait for minutes, they're now wondering if they're busy or with someone else. This doubt keeps you in their mind and makes them check their phone more often, will make you question your actions and their role in your life. Knowing they can't always reach you makes you more valuable. From their point of view, it's a small, subtle change that has a big effect. Changing a simple chat turned into something they think about all the time now. Here is a statement to help me hold on to this idea. Take charge, write it in the comments, and look at it daily to remember you can choose your speed to get anyone's praise. They want yours. Stay with me because the next method will take things to a whole new level, making them feel even more attached, and they won't be able to break free. 10. Increase your doubts. The increase your doubts method is all about making people want safety and security. They prefer clarity, as it prevents them from questioning their place in the world. Promise. But when they feel a hint of doubt, it makes them want to fill in the blanks with subtle information to help them understand and protect their situation. Hints that they might not be the most important things in your life. You can make there is a sense of mystery that keeps them looking at you and trying to understand you. Figure out where they stand. This doesn't mean getting crazy jealous or openly flirting with other people. Instead, it's about suggesting that your life is full and you have choices. One easy way to show this is by talking about how busy you are or the people you like spending time with. To keep it short, you could say, I've been out a lot this week. They're occupied with friends and other activities, leaving them wondering who thinks about what you're doing and why they're not your top concern. When they're uncertain about their next course of action, they contemplate it. It builds a small sense of competition, making them feel like they need to do more to keep your business. I doubt they are interested in you or even go out of their way to get your attention. Nothing too much, just enough to keep them engaged and thinking. Imagine wondering what's going on in your life when they're not there. Manipulative. You're just telling them that you have a full and fascinating life with or without them. They might have to work a little harder because their doubts tell them they don't deserve your attention. To keep you close, I offer you this affirmation. I am unforgettable. Write it in the comments to remind yourself that you're not here to prove yourself. If you are seeking a place in your life by asking questions, I encourage you to stay with me. In the next section, we'll discuss a strategy that increases their awareness of you and establishes your constant presence. Their minds. Number 11, future hooks. Future hooks is a strong method for leaving a lasting impression by subtly infiltrating their future is crucial. When you discuss plans that involve them, you're implying you'll be involved. From now on, this will serve as an emotional center. They see you as important, someone who will be there tomorrow and today. You don't need to say much, just say something. I believe we should visit that new location together at some point. Not how you'll feel about that video coming out next month. Their little hooks make them think of you in future situations. Connecting people in a way that goes beyond the present moment by mentioning possible futures, you give them something to look forward to. Something that you're interested in. This is powerful, because people are programmed to consider and anticipate the next steps with the future hooks you're providing. By giving them that extra push to remember you, they'll start to connect with you. In the future, you'll experience a powerful yet nuanced attraction towards them. Think about what's coming up. Here's a statement to help you stay in this frame of mind. I am. I want you to write it down in the comments so that it will always serve as a reminder. You're not just a face in the crowd. They'll remember you for days, weeks, and months to come. Now you know 11 strong ways to make someone think about you all the time. These aren't just tricks. They're real ways to make someone think about you. Guidance on creating a legacy that endures beyond your departure. Now, if you're prepared to move forward, it's your turn to utilize these resources. If you want a lasting impact, say, I am. Don't forget to leave it in the comments below to make your promise official. If this spoke to you, please like the video and subscribe for more. Think about these ideas and share them with anyone who could benefit from them. Strategies. Let's create a group of individuals who understand their value and embrace it. Stay with us, as we have more to discuss about learning the art of leaving a lasting legacy. Remember, your actions today can shape the future for generations to come. Join us on this journey of creating a meaningful impact that will be remembered long after we are gone.